Welcome to Knockout Crypto. Thank you for following our channel. Bitcoin ETF delayed again as SEC seeks comment on fund proposal. Agency asked for more input on the VanEck Solidx application. The ruling on request had already been postponed to September. The wait for an exchange-traded fund that invests in Bitcoin likely continues, with the U.S. regulators seeking comments on a listing request. Despite already receiving more than 1,400 comment letters on the proposal to list an ETF of VanEck Securities Corp and Solidx Management, the Securities and Exchange Commission is inviting more feedback, the agency said Thursday in a filing. Those who wish to comment have 21 days after the SEC order is published in the Federal Register, while rebuttals have 35 days from that date. The agency is seeking views on market manipulation, including whether Bitcoin is less susceptible to manipulation than other commodities that back exchange-traded products, as well as surveillance. A spokesperson for the SEC did not immediately reply for a request for comment. I also want to go over this article with you guys. The SEC begins reviewing physically backed Bitcoin ETF, will examine 1,400 comments. The U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission announced on Thursday that it has begun a formal review process for physically backed Bitcoin ETF proposed by VanEck and Solidx. According to the order dated September 20th and published on the SEC website, the regulatory agency will now consider whether, pursuant to federal security guidelines, it should approve the fund, the VanEck Solidx Bitcoin Trust, for listing on the CBOE BZX exchange. From the order, institution of such proceedings is appropriate at this time in view of the legal and policy issues raised by the proposed rule change. Institution of proceedings does not indicate that the Commission has already reached any conclusions with respect to any of the issues involved. The order comes as somewhat of a surprise. The CBOE first filed to list shares of the VanEck Solidx Bitcoin Trust in June, and in August, the SEC postponed the ruling on the application, setting a new deadline of September 30th. Many analysts, including Canadian investment firm Canaccord, speculate that the SEC would likely delay the ruling on the fund once more until March 2019. Unlike most proposed Bitcoin ETFs, the proposed VanEck Solidx fund will actually hold BTC called physical Bitcoin. Rather than cryptocurrency futures contracts, the fund will also maintain comprehensive insurance underwritten by various insurance carriers to protect investors against loss or theft of the trust Bitcoin. Although the fund would technically be available to retail buyers, each share would represent 25 BTC, more than $160,000 at the current exchange rate. But practically speaking, it would likely be restricted primarily to wealthy investors and institutions. That's by design, as the SEC has been especially cautious about making investment products that it considers risky more accessible to unsophisticated buyers. Nevertheless, prospects for the ETF approval remain bearish, as the SEC has thus far struck down every Bitcoin ETF application on which it has ruled. SEC Commissioner Hester Peirce has in recent days called for regulators to be more open to cryptocurrency products, and she issued a formal dissent after the Commission ruled against a Winklevoss-led ETF effort. However, thus far she has remained a minority voice from the Commission. The SEC said it has received more than 1,400 comments on the proposed rule change. So what stands out to me here is that the SEC will likely delay ruling on the fund once more until March 2019. Also, what stands out is that this fund will hold actual BTC, different from the other proposed ETFs. And the other thing that stands out is that it will be 25 BTC per fund. That's a lot, and so that means this is really for wealthy investors and institutions. So let me know what you think about this. Will we see a Bitcoin ETF approval by the SEC in 2018, or will approval come in 2019? Will we not see an approval at all? Go to Knockout Crypto. You can follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. Let me know what you think. Like the video, comment on the video, subscribe to the channel. Thank you for your support, guys. KnockoutCrypto.com.